Joining me now is the Democratic congressman from Texas, Henry Cuellar. His district is located along the southern border in Laredo. Congressman, thanks for being back with us tonight here on the Hill. Of course, one of the big news items today in Washington, the Laken Riley Act passed in the House. It passed in the Senate on Inauguration Day. It'll be the first piece of legislation that President Trump signs. Only 46 Democrats in the House supported it. You are one of them, Congressman. Of the 13 Democrats in Texas, only 2 supported it. Did they get it wrong?
And I think I was the only Democrat in the House that co-sponsored the legislation also. Look, everybody has to do what they need to do, but I can tell you this. Some people have called this anti-immigrant. I don't call this bill anti-immigrant. I call it anti-criminal, because who can stand up and support criminals, that is aliens that have broken the law? So to me, it's a very easy, no-brainer type of legislation. And that is, if you break the law, then we're going to deport you.
Here's your colleague, Congressman Greg Caesar, another Democrat from Texas. Here's sort of his justification for voting against.
The bills you just described don't do anything to make people safer or to fix our immigration system. And so our goal as a progressive caucus is to recognize that many of these Republican bills are intended to divide the American people and to try to put frontline Democratic members in a difficult place.
Do you think they learned the lesson from the 2024 election, one of them?
Well, again, you have to ask them that question. I don't want to speak for any other Democrat, but I can speak for myself. Look, of course, if you deport or detain and then deport people, aliens that have broken the law, of course you're going to make the community safer. And that's the purpose of this legislation, is to make sure that we detain, and then we deport aliens that have broken the law. My father was born in Guerrero, Tamaulipas. He became a legal resident, then a naturalized citizen. He was here and he followed the law. And we got to just make sure that if somebody comes over as, quote, as a guest, they got to follow the law.
President Trump today, 1,500 troops to the southern border. The White House says the message is do not come if you should not be coming. Is that the correct move? And is that the correct message as you see it from the Trump administration?
Well, look, I've supported the military under different administrations, under the Obama administration, Jay Johnson, under the Trump administration, the first one, and I certainly will support this one also. I sit on defense appropriations, and I also sit on homeland appropriations. So I understand they can provide this type of assistance. But your reporter right before said something very interesting, Allie. I just had lunch with the Border Patrol unions at the Capitol today.
Okay.
And what we need to focus, we'll of course allow or welcome the military, but they are limited as to what they can do. I'd rather hire Border Patrol agents.
So you are supportive of this move or not?
I am.
Okay.
I said I've supported this under Obama. I supported this under Trump. I support them. But keep in mind that they are limited as to what they can do. They don't have enforcement power, but they can do. I don't want them to be sitting in cars or vehicles. I don't want them to be there with the joysticks on the cameras. I want them to do things that they can provide. They can provide surveillance. They can provide helicopter assistance. They can provide certain temporary barriers. There's a lot of things. We just got to make sure that we use the military the right way, because it's very expensive to have them down there. I'd rather hire the Border Patrol agents. And as you know, we have a problem trying to hire them. We put money for 22,000 new Border Patrol agents, and we have not been able to hire that amount yet.
All right. We'll leave it there. Congressman Henry Cuellar, his district right there on the southern border. Many communities are live with us tonight here on the Hill. Thank you for watching. And make sure you go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.